Welcome to the McKinley Diaries, 21 years on with myself, Nigel Vardy, and we're now on day 7, the 6th of May, 1999. And when I first looked at this diary excerpt, my handwriting's appalling, and it's bad at the best of times. And then when I read it, I understood why. I write today's diary perched on a crevasse-ridden ridge near the West Rib. I remember the night well. The morning started off well enough, but none of us got up for over an hour after my alarm sounded because it was absolutely bitter. Still, we did, packed up camp and decided to try and head for the base of the West Rib and get ourselves in position ready for the climb. We decided to take half the food and fuel with us and half we buried, obviously, to come back and recover and do. And that again, pretty standard stuff. We then set off, but progress was good to start with, and then it just went pear-shaped. We had to start hauling the sledges up slopes. We had to start fixing ropes, pitching them and getting sledges up. The ground started to go just everywhere, and it was an absolute fight for every foot gained in distance and height. Visibility was excellent. We could see the American team behind us going up to where our last camp had been. And though spirits were still high, we knew it was going to be a toughie. And then we really hit the crevasse fields. Now, this is called the Icefall. It's at the base of the rib. It goes down in legend, really. And I've got some cracking photographs of this I'll have to put on. And we just battered and battered and battered through crevasses. Now, the thing you've got to remember, as I mentioned yesterday, is that there's no path. We're the first people up in this area for over 2 years. There is no idea of where to go. And so you have to walk, and if you find a crevasse, you retreat, if you can't get over it, and try and find a way round it. And that doesn't take 5 minutes when the snow's up to your waist. This is really tough going. As we fought through the crevasse fields, I actually fell down 4 of them. Now that probably sounds dramatic, and the first one was, I can remember my feet going from under me, and I literally just flew down into the ice and snow, quite literally, until my arms just did this. And my feet were waving in a complete void underneath me, and I was trapped in this little hole with a rucksack on my back, and I can instantly remember that the sledge came along and just tapped me here and said, hello. Because at this point I did have a sledge on. And the guys, Steve and Anthony, obviously were all on the ropes, fixed the ropes the best they could, and I had to try and extricate myself from this damn thing. And that happened 4 times in an afternoon. And not only is that pretty scary, it takes time, it unnerves you. Then you've got to find a way around the gaps because there's so much deep snow you can't see the crevasses. It was a pretty tough day. Time just kept flying by. And although the sky was crystal clear and the views excellent, my head was down and just wanted to get in camp. I very easily could have lost my temper a number of times, and I just held it in because screaming and shouting isn't going to actually achieve anything. At 9:30 at night, we'd still not got to camp or where we wanted to be, and a decision had to be made. And therefore, as I said earlier, we are perched on an ice ledge, dug out in the fading light on a crevasse field. We haven't eaten much, and we've jumped into our bags for warmth in hope. The only consolation has been a wonderful sunset. However, this is costing days and time is something we don't have masses of.